Good morning, Captain. The ship's boy looks worried, visibly shaken with the quarantine. Would you talk to him? What worries you, boy? Maybe you don't have enough food? You don't sleep enough? No, Captain, it's not that. I can't stand not getting off the ship, not hugging my loved ones. Well, sure they let you off the ship. Could you bear the fault of infecting someone who can't handle the disease? I would never forgive myself, even if in my opinion this plague was invented. Well, it could be, but if we were not so? I know what you mean, but I feel deprived of freedom, deprived of something. And you, deprive yourself of some other things. You're making fun of me, Captain? Not at all. If you let yourself be deprived of something without responding adequately, you have lost. So you think that if they take something from me, in order to win, I should take something else myself? Of course, I did it. In the quarantine of 7 years ago. And what did you deprive yourself of? I had to wait more than 20 days on the ship. I had been waiting months to be able to get off the ship and enjoy some spring ashore. There was an epidemic. Port Apple. They forbade us to go down. Well, the first few days were really tough. I felt like you do. Then I started responding by dosing positions, not using logic. I knew that after 21 days of behavior, habit is created. So, instead of complaining and creating some terrible ones, I began to behave differently from everyone else. First of all, I began by reflecting on those who, of this kind of privations, have many and for all days of their miserable life. Just to enter the right perspective, you know. Then I tried to win. I started with food, forced myself to eat half of what I normally ate. Then I started selecting foods that were easier to digest, that didn't overload my body. Moved on to eat foods that traditionally help keep people healthy. The next step was to cleanse me of unhealthy thoughts, to have ever higher and nobler ones. I decided to read at least 1 page a day of a book on a subject I didn't know. I require myself to do physical exercises on the bridge at dawn. An old Indian had told me years before that the body is empowered by holding breath. So I was taking deep breaths every morning. I think my lungs did never reach such strength before. Evening was the hour of prayers. Time to thank some entity that regulates everything for not giving me the fate of having serious hardships each and every day of my life. Again, that Indian guy suggested me to get into the habit of imagining some light entering me inside and making me stronger. It might also work for those loved ones who were far away from me. So, even this practice appeared in every day that I passed on the ship. Instead of thinking about everything I could not do, I thought about what I would do once I got off. I saw the scenes every day. I lived them intensely. I enjoyed the wait. Everything that you can have right away is never interesting. Waiting serves to sublimate desire, to make it more powerful. I had deprived myself of succulent foods, many bottles of rum, blasphemy and imprecations to be listed in front of the rest of the crew. I had deprived myself of playing cards, of sleeping too much, lazing around, or thinking only of what they were depriving me of. How did it end up, Captain? Well, boy, I acquired all those new habits. They let me off the ship much later than expected. So they deprived you of spring too. Yes, they deprived me of spring and of many other things that year. But I was blue all the same. I had brought that spring inside, and no one could have stolen it from me any more.